Hi. Pardon me. I'm back. You know what? Afro was sitting at the table. Wow. His aunt was doing uh, her grandbaby, his cousin's little daughter, hair. And she's doing her hair. And she's staring out. And her mama come by, baby girl. She said, baby girl, come on, do this girl hair. She said, her hair is too kinky for me. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's tearing up my nails. I can't get it. I can't get it braided right. I can't get myself together today. So, baby girl came to do her daughter's hair, and his auntie sat down at the table where Country Boy and Afro was sitting, and she just staring out the window. Country Boy and Afro uh, playing a game of tunk, and Afro said, "Look at mom." And they looked at the mom, and she was. They said, "What you smiling for, mama? What you think about?" What? Nothing. I was just, I smell that smell of her doing that baby hair with them straightening combs. Y'all remember when this is back in the day now when we used to get our hair done. Our hair be good and nappy and kinky, and our mother would put the straightening comb on the stove, and that smell, the smell of burnt hair or ultra sheen, the ultra sheen in the yellow jar. That's what we used to use. And then to keep it straight, you put some of the pink wax or something on your hair, and you smooth that back, and your hair stayed straight for days. But now, as a African American, we embrace our natural hair, and I love that. I love that. And then look at how pretty. Once we leave our natural hair alone, look at how pretty it becomes when we let it grow out on its own. Just keep washing and conditioning, let it grow out on its own. Look how pretty it becomes. We can wear it in an afro, or we can wear it smoothed out. And we don't have to dye, fry, and lay it to the side to try and get it stringy like uh, our counterparts, like the Caucasian influence style. And but back then that was the staple of beauty. The staple of beauty now, I believe, is it's not we going back to our roots or whatever. It's beauty is within. Beauty is what you consider beautiful, not what the world considers beautiful. Because some of the things that we used to say were so horrific are now beautiful to me. When I look at a silverback gorilla, that power behind that beautiful, majestic animal makes him beautiful to me. My favorite animal is uh, um, a black panther. The black, beautiful chicness. He moves in a rhythmic kind of way, and he follows life or his world in stealth. Quiet strength, and bring it out when he need to, and can pull it back when he need to. And so I find beauty in a lot of things now. However, back then we would be straightening our hair, and so she said, uh, the smell of that uh, pomade or whatever you use and do that baby hair just took me back to when Mama used to do our hair, especially around Easter time. We knew we was getting our hair straightened because we had to go to church. And whatever happened to why she don't have no lines in the church? And they had church plays. They don't have church plays no more. She's supposed to have a line in the church play. She's supposed to have a line in the Christmas play, the Easter play. Well, I guess the pandemic, yeah, I couldn't even look up for no Easter play, or because world changing again. Are we gonna let it change for the better? Because everybody trying to say, I can't wait till things get back to normal. That wasn't good. We got an opportunity now to change things for the better. What we gonna do? When we gonna get to the good part? Get on to the good part. Oh, pardon me. So she's sitting back there thinking and reminiscing because of the smells. Scents can make you go back to, or make your mind think about things that you used to do or remember. And she said, I remember one time we was about to get our hair done, and Mama called us, and the little girl that lived near us, but she lived in the projects. We lived in townhouse, and project kids, we thought, y'all poor, y'all poor, and they wasn't no poorer than us, but we were just mean and silly. But it wasn't me and my sister. It was the people that lived in the townhouses, those children. Now, we were never with them because we could never go outside, you know. We couldn't go outside unsupervised. My mother and my father had to be out there or somewhere in the vicinity. We couldn't just go run and rip unless we was riding our bikes. We could ride around the court. And so we out there, and they'd start playing the dozen. Playing the dozen is when you're talking about somebody's mother and father. And when you playing the dozen, you just about to get your butt tagged. Somebody about to hand you their ass on a platter. Because you don't talk about people, mama and daddy. Back then, especially, and you do like this, that meant I'm going to whoop your, you ball your fists up like this here. You wait till 3 o'clock. I'm like, so they were playing the dozen. And we used to watch different comedians back then, like Moms Mabley, Flip Wilson, Richard Pryor, people back then during that era. I can't remember the other ones' names, but we would get one-liners from something they done said and use it on people, or something we done thought up. You would say little nasty things to each other, like, with your bald head self, you so bald head I can smell your brain. Or your glass is so thick, I bet you can see in the future. What was another one? Your mama's so stupid. I told her it was chilly outside. She ran in the house and got a bowl with her greedy self. Wanted to get a bowl and a spoon. What was another one? Your your hair under your arms so nappy, look like you got buckwheat in a headlock. I mean, we would come up with some of the craziest stuff. I mean, because, matter of fact, I even said that to somebody about the buckwheat one, because I saw a woman. She was beautiful, had on the beautifulest wedding dress, but it was 70s, hippie time, hippie-ish. I don't know, it was 80s, but the hippie-ish was still a little bit around, being a hippie. And a hippie was more natural to earth, love the flowers, love the earth, take care of each other, natural ingredients for your face and your soaps, all natural, not chemical. And that stuff didn't work so well sometimes. You get to sweating real good, you get the funk in there. And one girl, and women didn't shave their legs or under their arms or that kind of thing, because they were naturalists. Well, one black girl showed us, we was in the hairdresser, showed us her wedding pictures. And I wanted to see it because she married a white guy. And that was a little unusual back then. Now it's just almost like commonplace. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if you're red, black, or green, because it's really becoming a melting pot here in America, because the races are there's no boundaries, and I think that's a good thing. Not that there's not going to be separate races, but that's not the only criteria, or one of the criteria you look for love is that they got to be the same color, and that kind of thing. That's not as essential as it used to be. But anyhow, she's showing her wedding pictures, and she's got on this beautiful white uh, gown, and it's low cut and no sleeves, and she's waving, and she got a pile of hair in a knot right under her arm. And I looked, and I looked at the hairdresser that was showing it to me, and I'm like, she got buckwheat in the headlock. Them people laughed so hard she couldn't half finish my hair. So those are the kind of insults we used to say to each other back then. But anyways, Afro and Country Boy, Mama was Country Boy's aunt, and Afro's mom was sitting at the kitchen table, and she was looking out the window, and they asked her what she was thinking about, and she said, just made me remember back then. And she said, I remember when Mama used to do my hair down in Alabama. And one year, we was down there. We'd been down there about 2 years, and our mother and father was up here, up in New York, and they was coming to get us. So Big Mama had us at the table doing our hair, and she did it right pretty too. Gave us these things called candy curls, and she heard it was only two houses on the street, because it was farm area, and our house and cousin Sophie and them house. So there was a big old field. I think it was corn, and then sometimes on certain years it would become a grazing field for the cows and to get hay. And then after you got past that was cousin Sophie's house. And so it was the longest street, especially to a little child. It was the longest street with only them two houses. And my grandparents owned all of that, except for cousin Sophie and them. But all the way back, they owned all of that. Across the street, this side of the street, Big Mama house was here. Nothing but field and behind us. And there was a stream back there. Oh, I love to go to that creek. We called it a creek, but it was like a little stream. It was small. But she was in there doing our hair, and it was so dark at night. So Mama and them was supposed to be coming to get us by in the morning. And we sitting there, and the wind blowing in. You can see the wind. Then I see a light coming from down yonder. Now I'm thinking, oh no, it's going to be lightning. It's going to rain tomorrow. But the light didn't just flicker and go off. It just kept coming. And as it got closer, you could tell it was a car coming. I said, oh, it's a car coming down the road. Wonder who that is. And as it got closer, we looking hard. She said, it might be your mama now. We jumped up, and I got my forehead burnt from jumping up like that. And the car went on by. And she said, now you sit still, won't you? So she took some butter and put it on there, and put it on there, and it didn't leave a mark, but I knew to sit my tail still from then on. She put the comb back on the fire to warm it up, get it hot again, and start pressing my hair. And she put some rollers in it to keep the candy curls, and tied our head up, and put our scarves on, and we went to bed. Next morning, we get up so excited. Big Mama already up. You could smell the biscuits and some ham. She was frying some ham. The dogs howling, so, and just like they do when I cook. Them dogs down the street, yeah, dogs always howling when they smell meat. And I seen another car, lightning, like coming down the road, and I knew it was a car because it wasn't lightning last night. And I said, that's Mama. And I just stood there at the back porch watching. I ain't say here come my car or nothing, because I was wrong last night. And I'm looking, and I'm looking. And Big Mama is coming from the chicken coop, and she, here bitty bitty, here bitty bitty, she feeding the bitties. And all the babies was over there by her, the baby chickens, and the bigger chickens and the roost and stuff is over closer to the porch. And you know, they flapping and trying to get over there and flapping, and I'm picking at them, motioning at them, and they so scary, they're jumping, run, and whatever. And they playing in the backyard right there, right by the porch. And I happened to look back to see where that car went, and I didn't see the car. Then I heard something, and I looked around the corner, and coming up our driveway was the car that I saw. It was a beautiful yellow, canary yellow color with a big old square emblem on the front. And it looked like it had 4 or 5 doors on the side. It was the biggest, prettiest yellow, not bright yellow, like a powder yellow, almost like this here. Almost like, which one? Almost like that there. But the top part right there, it was yellow, and it was pretty. They called it canary yellow. And it was Mama and Daddy. It was Mama and Daddy. I was so happy. I said, it's my mama. And I jumped off the porch and fell in my new dress with my new hairstyle in a pile of chicken shit. I mean, I had chicken boo-boo from my toe to my no-no. All up in my underwears because my dress flopped up. Oh, I had chicken green and black, and oh, Lord. My daddy jumped out the car and ran and said, my baby all right, my baby all right. And he grabbed me and held me up because I was crying. I got boo-boo on here. I got boo-boo on. And I'm cutting the food, shaking my hands and cutting the food. And Big Mama got the trough over there where they get a horse's water and stuff. And she said, bring over here. And they dunking me like I'm a dunking ball in the trough to get the boo-boo off. Now, Afro and Country Boy is laughing so hard, the chairs in the kitchen going everywhere. They laughing so hard. And they got the boo-boo good enough off me, and my mother had got out the car and ran in the house and got some towels, and they wiping me off with the towels and taking my shoes off, and everything. It was a mess. You heard me? It was a mess. So they went to greeting each other and saying how y'all doing and everything. And Mama said, let me take this baby on in. She said, my baby, come on, Davy, let's go in the house. No, Mama, I got boo-boo on me though, Mama. Mama, I ain't want to have boo-boo on me when you came. I want you to see how pretty I was. Mama, I got boo-boo all on me. I'll tell you the rest in about a minute. You know what? Y'all tell me in the comments below what y'all think happened after we got in the house. When Mommy going in and she put me down and I still had the smell on me. We had dogs. What you think happened? Tell me what you think happened. I'll be back. Every time I get to an interlude or a good part of the story, either I got to go to the bathroom or I want something to snack on while I'm talking to y'all. I'll be back in a pair of seconds.